Guys, welcome to Ibsen Fire Safety Solution. A fireman is trying to install the fire points. As you can see, these fire points we have arranged in this manner. So a fireman wanted to install the fire points. These fire points are called signage, and they are numerous and they can reflect. As you can see, these fire points are smart in color with a reflective, with a lot of attractions. This can help us to identify where we have installed our fire systems. So as you can continue watching about this, about the fire points, we are trying to make sure we install in a good manner. So guys, we are trying to make the patterns where it will be possible for us to identify where we have placed the fire equipment. We want to rotate and peel something which will these are signage. So guys, if you are new to our channel, remember to subscribe as we continue doing the live stream about this safety triangle, which will help us to know or to make us to identify where we have installed fire equipment tree, and we are trying to establish these triangle types. So continue watching. we are trying to make the as you can see, these are signage which we normally install where we have placed fire equipment things. These are radiant fire points because it helps us to identify it very easily where we have placed items like a fire extinguishers. So as you can see, they are nice in color. We have some, I think you are seeing the back of it is the signage. This is where you remove this, and it has something you stick with. When you are sticking into the wall, it will make things easy when you are installing or when you are mounting into the wall. You are just removing this and then you stick to the continue watching. want to install those fire points. So as you continue watching about the signage, remember signage we are only using when we want to identify where we place our fire equipment. Look at those fire points, the way it look, and it does a reflective. So guys, make sure you watch and please subscribe guys. Yes, I have already continue watching guys. Make sure you subscribe guys. Fire points. As you can see, guys, it's a fire points. If you are new to our channel, please subscribe, guys, as we continue watching our videos. Okay, that one. That's where you can stick. You remove this one, and it has something to stick on the wall. So when you want to stick on the wall, guys, you first identify it where you will be fixed. You will not fix anywhere. Make sure you survey the place where you will install the fire points. Fire points are being installed where the fire equipment are being installed. So make sure you observe some safety measures and follow the regulation that have been indicated that the fire equipment supposed to be installed in the proper order, in a good manner. So if you are new to our channel, make sure or try to subscribe it as we continue learning about safety awareness. On our today topic, we are learning about the signage, which I have some of the signage, and I will show you how to install or how to mount on the wall. This you only require to identify it where you will install it, because this signage we normally install where there is only fire equipment things, as like fire extinguishers, fire hydrants, is because it radiant fire points. It is where you only place where fire equipment are being placed. So make sure you learn about it and how to install it. It is very easy, and it will help us to be aware. So guys, it look like this one. If I don't look like this one, but the back side of it, let's see if this, I will show you the back side of it, the fire point. Look, the back side is look like this. I think I'm trying to show you the back side so that you can be familiar when you want to install it on the wall or where you want to install it. It has some stick where you will remove it and then you install the right way or the right position where you want to install it. Like you remove it, it's like this one. It's like this. So what you supposed to do when you have already have it a 5 points, and you have identified you want to place somewhere you want, or where is it is a right place to put. You come and let's say you where you want to place the signage where the fire extinguisher is. You remove this one, and then you remove the other side. This glue will enable to stick onto wall. Let me install like this one, like mine, and then you install like that, or you can use a nail to mount it. It's just, it doesn't require a lot of thing to install. It is a very easy way to install it. So make sure you learn about the safety regulation by by installing these safety equipments. This, all of these are being required to to for us to identify where you have placed the fire equipment. So let's say I have a fire extinguishers where it is not visible. You can place this signage to enable us or to enable anybody around by. This will make to be visible. Why? It has a reflection. As you can see, it reflects even when there is no, even when you install on a dark room. This, it will reflect, and you will know where you place some fire equipment. So guys, make sure you install this thing, or when you see it mean a lot. These signers mean a lot in safety awareness. So when you see on where you work, I think most of these signers we find on factories or working place or offices. Why? To make us to identify to where we place some fire equipments. And because we are not familiar to the building, so this signage is the one will help us to identify where we place the fire equipment. And these things are normally help us during the time of a fire, or the time when we are evacuating the building, this, or when there is a fire. Why? Because it helps even our visitors who doesn't know the structure of the building, because of the building we placed this signage to enable each one of you to be familiar about the safety, because safety we are put at to be the first thing. Safety first, before anything, you must observe your safety before you do anything. So when you see this signage anywhere, you have to be familiar about these things. I know most of us doesn't know the meaning of this signage. Some can see like just a decoration which we have placed on the wall, but it means a lot in terms of safety measures. That's why you see them on mostly on most buildings or where the, a lot of people are working on that building. Why? Because to be aware of the safety equipments. That's why these gadgets are being installed on a visible place so that anyone, in case there is a fire, can do something, can help to be the first to if to fight a fire. You will be the first to identify where there is a fire extinguishers because of this signage. And the signage is so important for us as for each one of you, but you have to learn and differentiate different signage because we have different types of signage, and each signage have different meanings. That's why we are on a live stream showing or educating ourselves about this signage because most of us, we doesn't know the meaning of those signage. We just only see them on mounted up. We are normally see them have been mounted on the wall, but we doesn't know the meaning. If I may ask you, what is the meaning of fire point? Eh? Who can tell us the meaning of fire point? Eh? If you don't be, if you don't learn the meaning or to know the meaning of this fire point, these gadgets enable us to learn and to be familiar about the safety measures. Because if, let's say, you are new to a place, yeah, you may be a fire marshal and you don't know the structure of the building. These signage are things that will guide us to be familiar to that environment and to identify the safety that are being installed on that building. That's why we are installing this signage. It is so important when we are evacuating or when we are dealing with safety measures, mostly when there is a fire. This means a lot, guys. If you have any question about it, you may ask so that we can enable or to answer you so that you can be familiar about it. But we have several types of signage, guys, and all of them does mean different types. That's why we are here educating ourselves on those safety measures. So I have to show you how to mount it. You just, these fire points, you supposed to mount where you place it a fire extinguishers are being kept on that place, or where there is like hose rails, where there is a hydrant system, you place this signage for us be to help us to to identify that building, and because sometimes the fire extinguishers are being kept like in cabinet where you will not know if you are a visitor. So that's why we are putting those signage on it. That will help us a lot. So guys, and also we have some other signage like fire actions. Fire actions are the signage which will enable us to do or to educate us what we shall do in case there is any fire outbreak, what you should supposed to do, because on the fire point it describes everything what you should do before you evacuate yourself. We have some others called fire exit, and also those are the signage which will lead us where we should, yeah, where should we evacuate to, or when there is any fire outbreak. So I will show you another signage. Let's see how it look and be familiar about it goes. I have this guy. I have this one. It is a sign type again, as you can see. It is a signage, fire signage again, but it has a different meaning. If you have not yet know the meaning, I think today you will learn about it to differentiate between the two one. You see, here I have this signage written fire point, and I have this one written fire exit. All these signage have different meanings, because one, signage are the the things that will guide us to be familiar about the structure of the building. Because let's, for example, I have this one. You see, I have a signage written fire exit, and it has a different types, and you can see it's written fire exit, and you can see a drawing of a person running towards something like this one. This is, it means an accident. So this arrow is the one guiding us to evacuate the building. Let's say there is a fire on a building. You are new to that place. What you should do is only you're supposed to use those signage to evacuate yourself in that building. So that's why I have told you these signage are very important for us when we are trying to evacuate ourselves in case of a disaster, you dress the place very easily without any panic, because let's say the building doesn't have any signage or any guide where anything that will guide you to evacuate the building. I know you will eventually panic. After panic, you can see what things will go bad for you. So that's why we are installing those fire exit, fire signage to help us, to enable us to evacuate very easy and to be familiar about the uh, the, the, um, the building. So when you see this thing or this signage, it's much, it attracts, as you can see, this help us and give us the direction where we should evacuate ourselves by. You follow the direction of fire exit. If the fire exit show you, you will just follow the fire exit, the fire exit signage. This signage would lead you to a safe place when, if you only follow those signage without panicking. So, and just learn to differentiate different types of signage, because other signage has different direction that you should be learn. Most fire exits are pinned as an arrow at end. That arrow is where you should head or where you should follow. Yeah? That is where, when we are using this fire exit when we are evacuating ourselves on a building. Yeah? This will enable us than this one. You see the difference. This one is just only showing us where we place those fire gadgets, fire equipment. You have differentiated, guys. You are. This one lead us, help us to evacuate the building to a safe place in an easy manner and with us in a safe time. But this one, guys, remember, this one is not, it helps us only to identify where those fire equipment are being installed. This cannot help us when we are evacuating, only help us to know where we have installed those fire equipments. I think I have clarified the difference between the fire point and fire exit. If you have not understood, I can repeat it, and so that we can all learn about it. The most important thing here is to learn to differentiate between the two of them, because the two have different meaning, and these fire exit are help us during the fire or any disaster on where we are. So that's why I have told you these two things. Signage, it has different meaning. That's why I am trying to explain to you the difference between the two of of the signage. Here, if you have not get it clearly, let me repeat about it. This one, it is written fire point. It's written fire point. And this one, this signage, we only install where we place our fire equipment are being installed or where they are being kept. We install this signage. Why? To enable us to know where those fire gadgets are being installed. Is it okay? We place it where we kept or where we have installed the fire equipment, like fire extinguishers. Let's say it, we have a cabinet, we have built a cabinet and placed the fire extinguishers inside the cabinet. Because I am a visitor to the building or to that place, I will not know the fire extinguishers are being kept on that cabinet. So that's why we are installing this fire site and place on that cabinet where we have kept or where we have installed those fire equipment. So let's say it. If I see this signage, it has been placed in a cabinet like this. Yes, on a cabinet like that one. What will come on my mind, I will know there is fire equipment are being kept that there on that cabinet. That's why this signage is much important, because it gives us that knowledge to know or to be familiar to the building where the safety equipment are being kept or are being installed there. You have seen the difference. Yes. So, and I have this one. I have fire exit. This fire exit we normally place on our corridors or where it is visible, where you cannot know the direction where you're supposed to evacuate. That's why we install this fire exit. This fire exit is the one that guides us to evacuate that building. Have you? You see now the difference between this one and the fire exit. Yeah? It guides us, this one will guide us to evacuate the building in a safe way and in a quick manner. Why? Because we install this fire signage where it is possible for someone to evacuate a building very easily without any panic. Why? Because we placed the signage with an arrow which is guiding us to run towards where the signage arrow is pointing. Yeah, we have the signage indicated something is like a stairs. Let's say it, the arrow is pointing toward the escape door, and there is and stairs there. So we place the exit with an arrow, which is called fire exit directional, which enable us to evacuate to a escape door. Yes, and will help us. Some of signage you can see they are written like you see something like stairs that shows us you have to evacuate through that stairs. So any any fire exit which is written fire exit and and it has an arrow and you want to evacuate yourself very easily, just follow that arrow. It will not mislead you, it will direct you to a safe place. That's why, guys, all safety measures should be followed, and very easily. It's very easy because when you have been when you have familiar or come to be familiar about those signage, it will be easy for you to lead others. Eh? Like we have uh, most of our companies or where we work, we have fire marshals. Fire marshals are those leaders which will help us to evacuate ourselves by using the signage guidelines. So that's why we are signage are very important in all places where there is a lot of people, a lot of like schools. We install in schools. There we know very students are very many, even schools. That's why we are placing those signage to help those who have not be familiar to the building, or when you want to evacuate yourself, you find yourself in the middle of nowhere and there is no anyone to help you to evacuate that building. So what you should use is this signage. Signage are very important, guys. That's why that's why you see on many buildings are following safety measures by installing this signage. I know when you visit any building, you will not uh, you will not you will see those signage, and it we have different types of signage. That's why I tell you there are many signage, and all signage has different meaning. So Epson Fire Safety Solution is where you will learn tips about safety. We just give you tips on it, educate you about the safety equipment, safety awareness. That's why we want and each one of you to be familiar about these things or this signage. Wherever you are going or where you go, I think you will not miss this thing on the place where you have visited, because they are very important and it is a safety requirements to be installed. It is a must to be installed, and it will help us a lot, guys, when there is any disaster on on a place or where and you are not familiar about the place. That's why we call signage are very important in fire safety. So if you are new to our channel, just subscribe, like, comment to or answer or ask any question when about the safety equipment. We are here to educate each one of you to be familiar about the safety equipment. Ipson Fast Solution is where you will get solution of safety. So that's why we told you or we require you to subscribe, and then you will learn more about the safety. And also you will learn about to operate this gadget of safety equipment. Here, Ipson is where we educate people or on how to install those gadgets like fire equipments, fire hydrants, suppression. Ipson Fire Safety Solution is where you will get to learn about those all of how to install those things. That's why, guys, we welcome to you to our channel and subscribe, guys, and don't miss anything because daily we educate each other on on safety equipment. So when you I know if you have watched our videos or you have come or you you have been there from the start, i have I have I know you have now differentiate about this different signage. So I know in case there is anything, now you can evacuate yourself by use of this signage. So guys, even if you let's say you have no or you have already know the meaning of this signage, please make sure you pass the knowledge to someone who doesn't know, because fire safety measures, all of us should be familiar about it, because it is a disaster when there is a fire on a building and someone cannot interpret the signage. That's why we are coming with this kind of live stream to educate each one of you to just to be familiar about this signage to evacuate himself in any if there is any outbreak of fire and you want to evacuate yourself. I know most of us doesn't know the meaning of those signage. So that's why we are here to educate you guys and to you and how to use those fire gadgets. So if you you know how to operate those fire gadgets and you are a fire marshal, just educate your members to be familiar about it, because it's very important for each one of us to be familiar about it, how to use those fire gadgets like fire extinguishers. Most of us doesn't know how to use it, guys. Imagine. That's why if some passive solution, we have come through to educate ourselves on how to use those fire extinguishers, how to operate those fire alarm system, how to use or how to operate those fire suppression, how to use those hydrant system, how to use hose rail. So it's very important, and it require a lot eh, to be familiar about those gadgets, even in our homes, guys. make sure you follow safety regulation. At least have something like a fire extinguisher or any gadget that will help you in case of any fire, because nowadays we are living on digital where we use most of our gadgets are it use a lot of electricity. That's why sometimes the fire can occur anywhere without you knowing. But if you are familiar about this gadget of fire, how to use those fire extinguishers, or you will be on a safe way and you can operate those fire extinguishers and save yourself and save your properties. Why? Because you are familiar about safety. So guys, before we end our live stream today, just remember to subscribe so that you can get daily update on fire fire lessons that we always have, that we also always give you, or we always teach you about it. And just let us be familiar about those safety regulation. At least make sure in your home place, make sure you have something called fire extinguisher, which will enable you to extinguish a fire in case there is a fire. So that's why we have come to educate people, or educate ourselves about safety measures. So guys, remember to subscribe, like, and if you have any question related to our topic today, you can ask and we shall answer you. And in case you want to purchase these items, we are available and we can deliver to you any place. We are all over the country, and we are available. Even if you want to be trained on how to use those gadgets of fire, we are available. You can call us. We are ready to teach or to give you education about it, how to use to operate those things, and to be familiar about it, those safety measures. It's very important, guys. So as we in our live stream, remember to subscribe. If you have not subscribed, guys, please subscribe. See you on the next videos as we continue learn about safety, guys. See you on the next video. Bye.